This is Talk That Talk with Ben.
And Tiff.
Tonight we're going to finish discussing part 2 of our unconventional relationship. We're going to continue where we left off. Tiff, you want to go ahead?
I think where we left off was we were discussing the things that Ben has done for our relationship. How he was telling me things since the beginning of our relationship, since 2012. He's always told me things, but I think we left off at the moment where we were always discussing the things you said you were going to do, and you did it. So I think we can start to 2015, which is when we got married. If you remember in the last video, I said those last few words of how he asked me to marry him, which he didn't. He just said, you gonna be my wife, or, You're
just going to put me on blast.
I'm not going to put you on blast. I'm just saying, I'm trying to remind the people where we left off at so they know where we're picking up from.
They watched part 2 there, part 1. They'll figure it out.
From part 1 to part 2, that's where we left off.
They will figure it out.
And why did we get married in 2015 when we got together in 2013? There was many things that happened.
That's a big gap in the
It's not a big gap because we were supposed to be married in like 14, but we did not.
You know, those people have be together for 10 years don't get married.
We're not talking about them people. We're talking about these two people on this camera at this moment.
I did what I was supposed to do.
2015 people. Set it up. Went to the courthouse. Few people involved. Just a few people. Not too many. Very intimate. Then we went out to eat at... Where did we ate at? Oh, PF Chains.
You know we went to PF Chains trying to be funny.
Which is still our favorite because we love us some PF. Now we done introduce the kids to PF Chain and they love it too. So
some greedy Negroes.
We love us some PF Chain. So yeah, where you want to start off from 2015 from this unconventional love story?
What can we start off? 2015. A lot happened in 2015. Then that's when we found out that you had cancer.
No, that was 16, Benjamin.
It was 16.
Jesus. Every year there was something with us.
Yeah.
We got together.
Oh, I got in an accident.
No, yes, you did.
Yeah,
yes.
I did. Yes. I got in a...
So let's do a timeline. Let's just do a quick timeline. Got together we started talking late 12. Officially, we made it official. We officially moved in, got together, said we're together 2013. His son was born 2013. I got pregnant 2013.
We went over there. Everybody know my gun worked fine.
2015? No, babe, that's not right.
What you mean?
Because Tamara was... Oh, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Tamara, our daughter, was born in 2014. So these are transitions. You know, people who live life, you know your life. It's a lot of things that come into play. We say you want to get married, these things you want to do. But life got in our way at the moment. We had 2 small babies. A baby that just got born, and there was a toddler running around. A baby to toddler. He wasn't even a toddler. He was a little kid. Little kid. Yeah. I'm talking about no walking, talking, still in diapers kid.
We got blessed that he started moving as quickly as he did.
Yeah. So life got involved and we couldn't get married at that moment. But we did. In 2015. So living a life of marriage. He get into a car accident not too long.
I want to chime in on that.
Okay, chime, sir. Jeez.
So this for those people out there who I guess it's kind of more for the men. Get the ring, but do what come with the ring. It may take you some time to get it. She may be talking shit or whatever, but make sure you handle your business first, whatever need to be done. Because the ring ain't gonna mean nothing if business at home ain't handled, and then you wasting your money and y'all in debt. Because that's a quick way to end a relationship for sure. Is money problems.
But that wasn't our story. We didn't have money problems.
No, it's not our story, but it's a lot of people that rush to go ahead and try to get married, and they try to have these fairy tale down weddings, and got champagne dreams with bill money, and then they end up in debt. You know, and then stuff follow behind that, and they can't get themselves together because they spent all this money on wedding. Now they owe everybody and their mama. So I'm just being 100 about it. You can buy all that shit you want to, but if you ain't got your stuff together and your foundation ain't right, you wasting your money and your time.
Well, because our foundation is right today, you better believe we had that courthouse, but Tiffany's gonna have a real wedding at our 10-year renewal of our wedding vows, not of our togetherness, of our wedding vows. We are gonna have a real wedding. We spoke about it, and I gave him the courthouse, and I've been dealing with the courthouse, which is fine.
She said
for now, we're about to go on 8 years of marriage.
You're dealing with the courthouse, but you're dealing with security.
Okay, we have security. We understand the security. Now we can go and have an actual ceremony, which you said we can have at the renewal.
Yeah, but you're dealing with. This gonna go off. This gonna go off to another
Move
subject.
on, because we don't want to linger on this topic.
Go on because you're gonna be throwing me under the bus. We going. She going on. Which car is this? You on now?
I'm on car number 3.
This car, and how many years?
8.
3.
What you mean? Cars in general? When we got together, I had my own car, and that's the car that got crashed in 2015.
And that was the last time you bought a car, right?
That's the last time I bought a car was in 2013 is the last time I brought my own car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Benjamin, we know that, but what the cars got to do with
what we're talking about the topic? This is what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying. We're talking about cars. We're talking about I put you in the house, put us in the house, right?
You're going too far. Going to the house, you already skipped 4 years.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I just want to make it clear. This is what I'm trying to say when I said in the beginning that for the men out there, make sure your business together. Because had I went and tried to make a big wedding where my money wasn't right, we wouldn't have had no house. She wouldn't have had the car she had. These kids wouldn't have been going to school without no worries, getting everything they want. That's what I'm saying. Because you can have a big wedding and rings and all that shit, and then your kids sitting there, and don't take this wrong about what I'm about to say, because I had to do it when I first came up. But is it your kids sitting there sharing a bed and rooms and stuff, and then they looking at you like, well, damn, daddy, like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all go through the struggle, don't get me wrong, and trust me, I've been through it more than enough, and it wasn't my entire life, but I can understand it. But the whole point is, you make the right decisions when you're doing this stuff. Okay, they get it. All right, fuck it.
So move on.
You can continue. I got in an accident. Yes, an old lady hit me and tore my ass up.
Yeah, so that put us behind, and then at that moment.
And she tore a couple cars.
That was our reliable vehicle.
I hope I ain't driving no damn more.
We talking about reliable vehicle because he had just bought his dream car when Tamara wasn't even born yet, and then we had another car.
Yeah, that's a story within itself.
Yeah, that's another story that it wasn't reliable. It started going to hell, and that car that he got in an accident was our most reliable vehicle. So at that moment, I mean, what do? You got to roll the punches. I'm pregnant. No. Sorry, I'm losing. This is what happens when you've been together so long. Stuff just start going together in time.
Let me take the lead.
Tell the story, please.
The time we got in the accident, like she was saying, the car, I had 2 cars. One was just a project car. It wasn't supposed to be driven all the time. The other car I had started giving us problems. So we down to 1 car. 1 car, 2 small kids, working 2 different shifts. I was working in the morning. She was working 3 to 11. So in the morning, they drop me off. She take the kids, drop them off. On my lunch break, I get the car, take my lunch break, drop her off, get off, pick up the kids.
At 11, you pick the kids, you come
pick
home.
Pick the kids up, get them together, feed them, all that. So anybody with kids, y'all understand. 2 small children is a mission.
Both under the age of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Harley walking, one not walking. So getting them together, and then bam, this lady who decided just to get in an accident and hit. That's the crazy part. She hit a car that hit me and ran me into a truck. So now here we are, we no car, but we got these kids to get around the next day. And at that time, I wasn't doing too. I was working in sales at my job, and sales wasn't doing too well at the time. You don't really want to feel like selling shit when you run around with children all damn night.
Yeah, it was a test for us. I think it was a test for our relationship, just to see when these adversities are thrown at us, how we manage it, and we handle it. I mean, that situation lasted. Ooh, it wasn't a year, but it was months. It was close to a year.
It lasted a long time.
Yeah, because it took us time. It took him time to get us to the dealership, because we had other stuff. We tried to figure it out. And
so see, we got to that part of how things work. So, like I said, I wasn't doing too well in sales at my job, and at that time, I applied for another job, and I just didn't like what they were saying. It was another job within the business and where I'm working at now, another department, and I really wasn't caring for what they were saying, and then the money wasn't right. But in the sales job I was at, the people were right, but I wasn't making the quota. I was struggling to make it, and they, one supervisor was pushing me, like saying to leave, to go to this different department or whatever. And I'm not usually a gambler like that, to roll the dice, but something, I don't know, people, everybody into God, stuff like that, whatever. I'm not an over religious person, but I got enough sense to listen when I hear it. So something was just like, roll the dice, work, stay there. Long story short, I stayed. I was able to make the quotas. Then they gave me a boost and pay and stuff like that. So I had a little extra money to get another vehicle. And that's when and to tell you the truth, now I'm kind of thinking about it, that's when the accident happened. Because the car I had, like I was saying, was working too well, and I was going to get me another car, and then bang, the accident happened. So that's how I knew we was going to be all right to go to the dealership. Again, like I said, see, you don't know how shit going to work. You got to kind of...
You got to have faith, first of all. First of all, you got to have some type of faith.
You don't know how the shit going to work.
I
blow my money, we wouldn't have had the money.
Yeah, but then I also had to know that I had a trust factor in him to know that he was going to handle it. Because in the beginning, it was a panic mode. It was how we both going to get to work. It was how we were going to manage these children. How we going to get them to daycare.
I think I need to give you some props on that. Because that's I don't even think that's the truth. Because, and, women, I'm going to tell you something. That's another thing. Had she not, because, look, this is one thing I always think about with my wife and just women in general, if you just got enough sense to think about it. A man is asking this lady to hitch her wagon to him and have him lead and follow and make decisions and shit. And it's like, she got her own mind. She got her own thing she want to do. And now she got to have faith in you that you're not going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
That you're not going to do the wrong shit. But then that does on, men who really trying to do what they're supposed to do that. And like I said, I ain't one of these motherfuckers that's going to try to tell you, preach and be like, oh, I'm so holy and down, I'm making the best decisions, and whoever ain't not right in their life or whatever, nah, that ain't me. Because I'm going to fuck up. Yeah. I do stuff that ain't right sometimes. I make mistakes. That's just any human being. But all I'm saying is, that's some pressure on a man too. But there's a lot, if you think about it, on a woman to say, I'm going to have faith in this man to not go out here and mess up, that what he telling me, he gonna follow through with it. But then on the man, they gotta say, if I'm gonna give her my word and tell her what I'm gonna do, I gotta follow through and make sure it happens. So I gotta give my wife props on that, because like it was a bad spot.
Yeah. So we handled that, we tackled that, and then 2015 after that, I mean, we were dealing with life. We're dealing with, I don't think you always think about marriage as much, when you're dealing with toddlers and babies. When you're waking up in the middle of the night because somebody's crying, diapers need to be changed, bottles got to be made. I think for us, we didn't have a honeymoon. There was no going somewhere.
Yeah, we had a honeymoon, all right, when the Negroes went to sleep.
Yeah, that was pretty much the only time we had because they both were little. And one of them was in our room. One we had just transitioned over to their own room. He was, and that's just a transition in itself. Is still trying to figure out how we manage each other. He's sleeping because he has to be to work early in the morning. I don't have to be to work till 3 in the afternoon, but I still have to get up. I have to deal with children every 2 hours. This little girl, clockwork every 2 hours.
What did she get up like every night at like 2 o'clock?
Every night she'll get up 2 o'clock like clockwork.
Time.
That's when we learn how to be very sneaky about a lot of things
like
in our marriage.
Vampire, that girl.
Yeah, we learn how to have intimate time in the shower. And when I say them things had to be quick and easy.
We wasn't staying though.
Yeah, but we had to make very quiet,
I bet
precise.
I know it's a jackass problem. Ooh, they was staying. Your mom was staying.
Anyway, we had to learn. We had to learn how to adjust with these things because we knew what we were dealing with next to me. So we dealt with that, and then we decided.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though?
What?
Because I know we're gonna go into something else. 15 was like it was crazy at the beginning, and then at the end, it seemed like things were starting to smooth out there.
I guess because the end was when we started getting to 2000. You mean the end of 15?
Yeah, it seemed like it was smoothing out. If I remember correctly. Shit was kind of like.
We had a little Christmas. I think, Tamara was in a bassinet, little Ben everywhere. So yeah, they were still babies. So we managed 15, 16 come around, and it was another tough year for us because in June or July, which was a couple weeks before his birthday, I turned 33 that year. You turned, I don't know how old he was turning.
Oh, we on.
Yeah, so.
That's because I'm a lot younger than you until.
Well, I will tell the truth. Benjamin is 4 years younger than me. Let's be very honest and transparent.
You took my innocence.
Anyway.
That's what people children.
So anyway, you like older women. That's just what it is.
I don't know, y'all. They just.
You've been liking this one for Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
So. 2016 is when I got diagnosed with HER2 positive breast cancer. It started, I'll tell you exactly how I found out. We're not going to dwell on this because, we're not trying to make this video so long. But in the shower, of course, I'm feeling myself, I touch myself, but it wasn't at a moment that I just felt like.
Myself.
I just felt like it was a lump or something right up in this area. I didn't know what it was, but I told Ben to check it. He checked it. All we can do is call my doctor.
Wait a minute. One other thing for men, because you know how we are. We men will definitely, we'll damn near cut our finger off and try to wrap it up and go on about our business and think it's nothing. When she initially told me, babe, I feel a lump right here. In my mind, I was like, man, it's a hair bump. It's nothing. Hey, don't worry about it. That was my initial thinking. And that was the dumbest, most ignorant thing to say at the time. But like I said, we know how we are, especially men and black folks. Something start hurting on us. We drink a ginger ale and take a nap.
Yeah.
So luckily, my wife got enough sense at that time not to listen to what I had to say. And went to the doctor, and then that's when.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I didn't listen to you. Is because I knew it wasn't a hair bump because it wasn't external; it was internal. I can feel it inside. It didn't see a hair bump. You will see on the outside of your skin. You will see a lump on the outside, so you know it's something ingrown. This was internal. You could feel the bump intern in my skin. So of course,
plus my wife, she can sometimes buy stuff.
Anyway, called my doctor. Doctor felt it, and she made just a quick. I guess hypotheses that she assumed that I had cancer, but she wasn't 100% sure. Of course, now things started moving extremely fast for us in 2016. Yeah, so from July of 2016, I got diagnosed. August is when I met my breast surgeon, first guy from my PCP. From there, they started scheduling me. The first step, I had to get an oncologist. I mean, a hematologist oncologist. So then I have all these new doctors, new people, never heard these big words, all these things. So then now they started to schedule me for chemo treatment. This was their plan, chemo. Chemo started, I think, in September of 2016.
You're going too fast.
Why am I going too fast? What the hell happened between June, July, and September outside of cancer?
You forgetting the part where Tamara started walking.
Oh my God, Tamara started walking.
But babe, them things are important. See, because the whole point of us telling everybody this stuff is just to tell, like, the whole point of all of these stories and us explaining these things and these, how things fall into place, because right now a lot of it is water under the bridge. But at the time when we were going through it, it was like it was going to never end. You didn't see a bright spot around the corner for any of this shit. It was just like bam, 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 one thing after another. Well, it was worse than the last situation, and we wasn't getting over the last situation before it came on. So our daughter, it took her a little time to start walking, but as soon as she really started walking fully, and we got a car to get around with 2 vehicles, she's walking. I don't have to carry her throughout the night to go pick up my wife and all that. Then that's when we had a little grace period in between that, and then that's when we found out about the cancer. So now you can finish, because that is
important for Tamara, only because it felt like her development wasn't going where we thought it should be naturally. My grandma said, when she ready to walk, your mom even said the same thing. When that baby ready to walk, she'll walk. But for us, she was already 11 months, and then you assume that
because
between
she's 8 years old now, and she still want me to pick her up.
Yeah, but see, we thought between that 10-month to 12-month that she'll be actually walking. The girl started walking, I think, the week before Christmas, after she turned 1. She was already 1, right? Yeah. So in 2000, she was born in 14. So the end of 2015 is when Tamara started walking.
She on a principal honor roll, so maybe she was playing us the whole time, because she's smart as hell. So maybe she was playing us.
Anyway,
Negro ain't never missed a principal.
I'm probably
gonna,
if I can link that, I still have the video when she first started walking. So if I can try to put that in a little screen, maybe somewhere up in here.
She might have been playing us, but
it's cute how you'll see her just learn how to walk for the first time.
It wasn't cute carrying her heavy romp, because she was heavy.
So anyway, we're back into 2016. So now we're dealing with cancer, the world of cancer. Day 1, this guy right here. Day 1, he had every appointment. He had every chemo treatment. He had to adjust his entire work life. I had to adjust mine. You can't plan for this. I literally had just got a new position. And I was working.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I was literally working in payroll, and I was loving the job. I was just learning. And then here I am, have to introduce this sickness to somebody that I don't know. And I had to adjust. He has to adjust with his job. So we had to deal with that. And we still dealing with it. Let's be very clear. It's not that...
I think we skipping over that too fast, though, man.
Babe, we ain't got all day to be talking about cancer. That's not something I want to talk about. That's not 100% about our unconventional love.
That got a lot to do with it.
Okay,
I'm just say this.
Be quick, Benjamin, because I don't want to do it.
How you gonna rush me through how I feel about the situation?
I don't want to talk about cancer all night. That's
we
not a
ain't
part
gonna
of
talk
our
about
journey.
it all night. Now it's a part of it. It happened.
Continue.
It's happening.
Continue.
See what I'm saying? So the whole point is, when it happened and when all that stuff went on, like she said, it tests you. That is part of unconventional, because not everybody goes through that in their relationship. Mm-hmm. Not that early. Like usually, when your grandparents or maybe somebody gets sick or something happened to them, it happened to them when they get, when they're older. It don't happen when y'all first start talking. So that's a lot to deal with, because you're not expecting it. Usually, when you with somebody, you care for them when they get a little cold or something, then they go away. Well, when somebody really like going through something like that, and you sitting there watching it happen, and you can't do nothing about it, they test you. They test the whole house.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying we just can't skip over it like that, because a lot of people, I heard a lot of times with people when that happened, they bail, and it ain't just the person who caring for the person that bail out. The person that's sick sometimes check out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people check out in those because you don't know how to understand how to deal with it, and you give up. You give up. I've heard stories when I started this that people have left people who were taking care of their kids with cancer. So boyfriend left her because she was caring for her daughter. These are stories that you hear, and I could say my story is not that, because this man was at every appointment. If he couldn't make it at the moment, he was on the phone. Still that way today. If he can't make it, he's on the phone, either video or speaker. He's asking questions. He's attentive. So it was something we had to deal with. And again, like I said, we're still dealing with it. So 16, we're dealing with it. 17, we're dealing with it because I'm still on medicine. I'm on heavy medicine. I'm in chemo every 2 weeks. I would say by the end of 2016, I lost my hair. And I loved it. I love being bald headed. At the beginning, it was very hard because I've all my life had very long hair. Very, very long hair. And I had to see it all just come out in pieces. Now, you can see now my hair is much different now. I shave it on the side and it's very cut short now because I'm learning how to deal with short hair. But I had to let it go. So those who felt like...
I had to let it go too.
Yeah. And he still, because every time I get my hair done now, it's what you doing with this head? What you doing with this head? Like, I'm not bringing the long hair back, and I'm not adding anything. This is what you're going to get for now.
We gonna hold
until I want to press it or something like that. But this is naturally curly. Like, this is...
I like what I like.
This is the crazy thing, that the texture of my hair, some of you will know this, that the texture of your hair changed once it started to grow back and you off the hard medication. So I had surgery. I did not have a full... I didn't have a full mass. I had a lumpectomy, which means they just removed the area and they closed that area up.
For those who don't understand, they didn't remove her whole breast.
Yeah, so I still have both of my breasts. They just removed the lump or the tumor and lymph nodes under my arm. So it was hard. We had to adjust. We had to adjust a lot just to deal with me and
doctors touching my wife all the time.
Yeah, that's common. Today is very common now, but back then you have men who got to keep fondling me and this and
yeah,
this.
And I made sure I made their ass feel uncomfortable, just like I did.
You hear his deep voice, so his voice is already intimidating as it is. So all he has to do is just say something.
I made sure,
and he already brings presence to a room. I made
sure they feel uncomfortable. Yeah, but I'm letting you know, this shit ain't, nigga. This shit ain't gravy. Don't think. I'm letting you better touch only what you need to touch. Okay, so yeah. So we had to deal with that. Thank you. Yeah, then I started, chemo was over the end of 2016. Right after chemo, I had to start radiation. Something happened because we got a rental car. Because remember, I had to get a rental car. And that's how I was getting to radiation. Radiation lasted for about 3 months. I remember it was an Altima or something like that. Yeah. And I don't know why we need to get a rental car. We still didn't have no car yet. We must have still been having rental cars since you got the accident in my car. Because you got the accident in my car, Tamara was already born. Remember, we had to go to the hospital. She was in a carriage. So if Tamara was only about 1 or 2 months old. So it had to been sometime in 15. You got in 15, yeah. The whole 14. Point was... Dang. No, see...
It's too many years.
Yeah, you going too far back. The whole point was, because I know she didn't want to dwell on, babe, wait on the camera. You trying to fix my face?
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
The whole point was, Lord Jesus. The whole point was, it was a rough stint there.
Yeah, for the moment.
It
was a long moment, but it was a moment. I think that's, and I think
we cut, like I say, it's water under the bridge.
But I look at it now.
That stuff ain't start easing up to what we in 22 now, and it just start easing up a little bit.
Yeah, we're coming towards the end of the year because we'll get more further as we get to the next year. So 17 had to start radiation. Radiation was every single day. Every single day for 3 months, I had to go to radiation. And now, from here, it was from here. I don't remember how it went, but I still have issues from radiation to today because I feel tenderness in my joints, in my foot, and things like that still came from radiation that I still feel. I get pains in my neck right here. It's like a real sharp pain muscle that comes. My hematologist said it's common that you're still going to feel some type of, issue. So, 17, we still dealing with it. I had surgery, still dealing with it. I don't think we had too much more, but cancer has been with us. We could skip between 16 and 19. It's still been cancer. It's been nothing but cancer, left and right, between appointments, doctors, all things cancer. From 16 to 19. So, I mean consistently, because now it's very much stretched out. That I don't see these people, too often like I used to. But
And I just want to put this in here real quick, because if the kids ever see this video, which I'm pretty sure they will, eventually, y'all did a great job y'all did a great job to deal with that, to be so young.
yeah, they were very young, because they were probably 2 and 3. They were 2 and 3.
And to this day, they still.
And that's another thing that
handle
we went through that. Yes, with our children, yes, but they had no clue. They're still now today. Now that they're 8 and 9,
they didn't. I mean, of course,
they didn't understand what it was. They do now. They understand what cancer is.
But
now.
you know what really made them start understanding it?
What?
A lot when Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
What made them understand it then?
Because in Guardians of the Galaxy, the part where his Star-Lord mama in the bed,
Oh, okay.
and they mentioned it, what was happening. Then it kind of started. Goddamn Disney start connecting the dots of what happened. That damn Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, but that's another part to be grateful about, is that though him and I were very deep into it, the kids did not understand. So I for that moment today, I have to be grateful that they were the age they were, and they didn't have to endure it.
I gotta get like Snoop though. We gotta thank ourselves some too. First, yeah, God,
for
sure. But then afterwards, we gotta thank ourselves, because we handled it. We handled it like, and my wife definitely handled it like a G. That's for sure.
Yeah, I had pain. I still have pain today, but in my mind, in the back of my mind, again, we go back to faith, and we go back to saying,
she still handle all her wife duties.
Sometimes, let's be honest, because I
wasn't trying to put you out there.
Yeah, but be transparent. And some people out there who probably go through this, that sexual orientation of nature, you ain't think about that. You got cancer right now. You got pain. This man still need his needs met, yes, but it's just it was hard. It was a transition. You're a man. Let's be honest. You're a man. I'm not thinking about it, and sometimes, that's a whole other topic when you deal with sex and marriage and stuff like that. But
that's a whole...
to stick to unconventional. So this is very much unconventional. We get that. Think about it, people. We got married in 15. We only been together less than 2 years. He didn't know that coming into my life, meeting me at work, that he had to deal with this in 2016. Who plans for that? He had no clue. But I think that was another sign of God testing us to see how can we handle adversity. It was another moment in our marriage that felt like, I'm gonna give it to you, and let's see. I'm gonna throw it at you. I'm gonna see how you can handle it. And I'm gonna say we did. I'm gonna say we still doing it, Lord. I mean, we still doing it because we still handling it.
Yeah, but shoot,
we want to break. We want to break, Lord. We want to break from these doctors.
Not. Wait a minute, because Lord, not the
permanent
break.
Yes, not the permanent break.
Not the I ain't ready to come home yet break.
Yes, not that, but just
But just a little. If you can ease off the gas.
I'm gonna say now you are giving us moments, because now we are really doing things that we have never. Look, right now we're doing podcasts. I couldn't imagine us doing anything like this at that moment.
Man, we didn't have time to have a regular conversation.
Yeah, it was an adjustment. It was very much such. So, up to 19. So, wow, up to 19, I started getting a break with a lot of this stuff, and that's when we were starting to think about becoming homeowners. And we did the work. We started saving more, because he was doing a lot better saving than me. But we tried. We went out. We started asking people, for help. They turned us down. Told us we weren't ready. Our credit score wasn't this.
We gonna be honest about that.
What are we gonna be honest about?
So I'm gonna just be honest. I think it was some racial biasness into it, how they were going about it. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong, but like I guess with all this, we all touching on things happen for a reason.
It wasn't our time. It wasn't our time at that moment. However he felt about it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I felt about it. Because ain't no damn reason, and we're not gonna talk about our jobs, nothing like that. But just put it like this: there ain't no rinky-dink jobs or
I think at that moment collectively we probably were in the 70-something range collectively with our jobs at that time. Maybe
wasn't no collectively.
Collectively, 70-something?
No, we were way over that. You talking about together?
Yes.
Yes, man. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I was mad. I can understand if both. You know how much money you got? Wait a minute. Before we go too far with that, we ain't trying to talk about nobody's pockets because we ain't no billionaires now. But all I'm just saying is, the whole point was we had been on our jobs long enough. We had been making enough money. We had decent enough credit where the shit they was telling us was straight up bullshit. But that's all I'm getting at.
Another test.
Because just put it like this, and then we're going to leave it like that. Because like I said, I don't want nobody to feel like we trying to talk about nobody's pockets or nothing like that. Because trust me, I know what it is to work for $6.25. But all I'm saying is, it couldn't have been, when I mentioned we wasn't making 30 each. No, not 35.
When you met me?
Yes, we wasn't. We would have been together then when we first started. That was over 70. That's easy math. But anyway, the whole point was they were talking about some bullshit, and it didn't make any sense.
Okay, babe, we got it. They got bullshit.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
So we tried it, and then we tried it again towards the end of 2019. With the things started coming together for us because it's like things were coming in place. We started seeing things that had something to do with homes. We started actively going to look for homes. And let me tell you, we ain't had no deal. We ain't had nothing. We just said we're gonna put it out there. We're gonna start looking, and we started in October of 2019. And we weren't telling nobody. It was a secret that we was gonna keep.
That's another thing. I'm sorry, but I don't mean to cut y'all. No, if I gotta get in there, you gonna run it up. So just real. I'm just playing. But real quick, I just want to say this because I think it needs to be said. But this ain't the sleeping show.
I'm not asleep, man. I was laying on your shoulder. Was my eyes closed? Calm your nerves.
The whole point of what I'm trying to say is, like, I just like to keep putting this in there because sometimes you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel and you don't plan for things.
Keep people out your fucking business.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm damn sure gonna say. Because my great uncle, that was, and you gotta listen to them old folks. I asked him a question when I first got married. I said, if you can give me any advice, because his wife, my auntie Bunny, was a firecracker like my wife. I don't know who watching, but if you ever, them old women from the South that say what they want to say and mean what they say when they say it, don't care who they say it to, well, she was like that. And that's how my wife is. And all of the women, my grandmas, that raised me the same way. But anyway, the whole point was I had asked him for some guidance because I know he knew how to deal with it. And he came through a lot of stuff. And my granddaddy wasn't there to answer the question. I said, what advice do you have for me in a marriage? And he answered it quickly. Keep people out your business. Keep people out your business. Now, he may not care for us doing no podcast stuff like this, but that's what he said. Keep people out your business. And that's just the truth. Because you start running your mouth and telling everybody what you're going to do or what you got going on. It's not just that, maybe they might be hating on you or not wish the best for you.
You don't need that energy.
Yeah, you don't need the energy. It don't fall through.
Yeah, we had our foundation. We knew what we were doing. We had discussions about it. It wasn't necessary to explain it to anybody because it's not their journey.
Because the
it's
people
our
who need
journey.
to know knew. Yeah, they weren't gonna give us no motherfucking. I'm sorry,
Lord.
They weren't asking for us. No, they wasn't. We weren't asking them for no money, and they didn't need to give us no money.
Nobody gave no contribution to this situation in that manner
that we needed to talk to. So
It wasn't necessary. So
I hate when people be doing that too. Anyway, I'm finna do this.
Sometimes people can get in your ear and kind of take your faith away from your situation just based upon them being Debbie Downers or whatever their situation is. It has a way of turning you into like a
Yeah, but
should I, shouldn't I, will I, won't I type of person.
Debbie Downers. You can mess around and tell somebody you're gonna do something, and then you don't know that person looking at you to do that, and when you fail, they're like, well, so and so they ain't make it, so I ain't gonna try it either.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me spiritually, because I have very spiritual connection, but I think I'd rather have somebody say they're gonna pray before they pray, and I'm saying pray is what we continue to do before they try to prey on us, and that's not what I wanted people to do to us. Is prey on us just based upon the information that they were receiving about where we moving in life.
Oh yeah.
You know, I want.
You want somebody to pray for us?
No, I don't want to say pray for us, but that's what I mean in the essence of not.
Oh yeah, I don't mind
praying on our.
I like to talk to the Lord. I like to
foundation.
talk to the Lord for myself sometimes. 'Cause I don't,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need nobody to talk to the Lord for us in our situation and what
some
we're
people,
doing.
I don't know if they line as clean as mine.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what, babe? Oh my God, when I'm saying this, I'm saying it like
I don't want nobody praying for me. They doing dirt. The Lord like, I'm gonna hang this line up.
He will remove that. Right. It ain't even no need. That person will be removed. But when
Yeah.
I'm saying that, in essence, it goes back to the beginning of our relationship. Is that we didn't ask anybody for nothing to even begin this situation. When nobody agreed of us being married, how we got married, how we got together. Like, nobody agreed. I don't think it was anybody else's business to know that we were moving forward in our relationship and doing these things that we've discussed. Because in the end, it's our foundation. It's the loftings and what we're building. Even today, and what we're building. No one knows the in-depth of what we're doing. We're going to continue to keep it that way because that keeps us sane. Our phones ain't ringing off the hook saying, well, did Ben do yada, 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 yada? Or did Tiff do yada, yada? No, we don't have those type of phone calls.
I think the whole point is and that's just been my thing for the majority of my life. I think my best attribute is just to do stuff and let it show for itself.
Yeah, we let it show.
I ain't got to say nothing. It just
we ain't got to talk.
And
about
then to be, you kind of get you kind of fight with yourself about that. About being humble about things and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm not that type of, because I know how quickly something can be taken away, so I'm not that person to be, I did this. No,
we're not braggers. We're not gonna call nobody and just say what we doing. We did it, and that's what it is. We've been living.
When you see it, you see it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I ain't do it for you no way.
Yes, Benjamin. Yes.
I'm just saying that's true. That's how I am. I mean, I'll give props to somebody if they got something nice. Yeah, I like it. Fine with it. Shit, man. I'm old school like that. I don't know, man. I'm a little different.
Yeah, that you are. So, where are we now? Today. Let's come ahead today.
We don't need to do a part 3 of our unconventional.
No, there is no part 3 to this. This is pretty much in because
you all caught up.
Yeah. So our unconventional love story.
You don't need to take this tape and rewind it and go get part 3 for those who remember Blockbuster. You're all caught up.
However,
this ain't no Netflix and chill moment.
We are still in the same we said in the first video, we still learning. We still learn stuff about each other today. Now, again, we're going on 10 years next year in 2023.
Hey, I gotta tell that part.
Being together, but married for 8.
I gotta tell that part.
What's the part?
I know I'm going back to from the beginning, but when I knew it was over for me, I knew it was over. When I came in there.
Don't tell nobody that.
What?
We gonna talk about the bathroom?
No, see, you know what part I'm talking about in the bathroom.
Oh, when I came and turned your apartment around?
Man, goddamn. So I don't know. What them little cushy shits that you put in there. What is that called?
Liners. They were cabinet liners.
Yeah, see, this how I know it was over. I came home to my apartment and I opened the dang the counter door, and I opened it and I looked and I seen this it's just a little rubber thing at the bottom. It was just at the bottom, and all my stuff was sitting on top of that. And then I looked to my left and seen that blow dryer, and I was like, hey, this ain't no hotels. It's a blow dryer that's like in here. I ain't about the shit. But when I seen that liner at the bottom, I just said, man, fuck. This shit over. The Bachelor pad is gone.
Yeah, he was pretty much done by then because Tiffany came in and swiped that bitch clean. And I put Tiffany's stamp on it because I was not about to live in a place that ain't no telling what the hell he had coming in and out of there.
Well,
but I'm saying that I had to make it my own because if this is my first time saying I'm going to be moving in with somebody I plan to marry. And to move that fast, yes, because we moved very fast in this entire relationship.
Yeah, we did.
But I had to make it my own. There was no way I was coming in there and living no boy man's.
Wait a minute, I wasn't no boy now.
I'm not boy. I meant a man.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe I was a boy because she robbed the cradle.
I would say boy because the place looked boyish per se, but yes, we changed the furniture. We changed the furniture. I added pots. I had my little decor going. I started getting the little vibes of color schemes and stuff like that.
I had a good color scheme in there.
Yeah, old. So
no, I didn't. No,
the shit was old.
For y'all who remember, I had a belly. I have to put my finger in it.
You got your finger all in the camera.
I had a belly color scheme. That's right.
Bachelor pad. Yes.
Belly, just like that.
So yes, I came in and I put my stamp.
We're gonna go back to Africa.
However, this guy, and I've been putting my stamp on everything since then. I mean, isn't that what wives do when you start to get married and you're moving along in a relationship? Now it's so everything just flows so much with us now naturally that we don't even.
Yeah, let me stop playing around. I ain't gonna be a jackass like that, but we friends that just happen to hunt and have children. What? That's the truth. That's the truth. That's COVID came and everybody, man, I need to get away from me and my wife good. I don't like we watch the same type of stuff the majority of the time. I mean, there's some stuff I don't watch and she like
or some stuff he watch and I don't like, but I got introduced to it. So we still, that's that way of just finding our.
And I ain't telling nobody to go out
way.
there and try to find you. Sometimes friends need to stay in the friend zone. Letting you know.
Yes, and Dr. Lofton dropping gems.
Somebody got to tell these people. Somebody got to be honest about it and be real about it.
Called the love doctor, Benjamin.
Nah, I ain't
Lofton,
look, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't no love doctor. Cause it wasn't no love. There wasn't no real love to this situation. Let you know right now. It was just what in bubblegum.
In some ways, you can find.
And it went.
You can find great love in something that's very much unconventional, untraditional. It doesn't follow a pattern. Yes, I had my own plans. I had a list of the man I want, the man I'm gonna have, the man I'm not gonna accept this from. Like I had 2 lists, the do's and don'ts of a man. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that list is right now.
Wait a minute now. We ain't gonna do me like I ain't sitting here now.
No, it had nothing to do with you because this is way past you. This is when I was praying for a husband.
The way you swipe with your hand about the list, like
no, what I'm saying is our love came so naturally that the list just went out the door. Don't take it so aggressively.
Yeah, we had to iron that out because.
Sir, calm down, sir. So yeah, this is what
I checked some stuff on the list that ain't known.
This is almost 10 met together people, so
this is us every day.
It's all day long. We just talk shit to each other all day. It's just how we operate. I think if no shit talking is on a daily basis, something is wrong. And we know something is wrong if it ain't no shit talking in between.
Because it's going to happen.
Yeah, it has to. That's our love language. I think that's our love language is to make sure that,
Because if we went to school together, I'd probably triple and pull a hell. Yeah.
Thank you for watching, because this guy here, Lord.
Pull your hair, make it go tell your mom.
However, continue to just follow us, follow our story. We have all our social media platforms at The Lofton Enterprise. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok,
and we're going to try to make sure the next one is a lot sooner.
Yeah. Keep in mind, we are trying to do a lot, people. We got so many avenues that we're trying to build for our family. For some,
man, we got stuff going on.
Sometimes
we got life going on.
Yeah, we do have life daily, Lord, and we're trying to manage it all. I think I call us now because a lot of things I use on my platforms is hashtag millennial marriage or hashtag marriage marriagepreneurs because we are entrepreneurs who aren't currently married,
and
so
responsible
we're trying.
people. That's what it is.
Yeah, and life gets involved. We still got small children who require us a lot. We're not,
They like some koala bears. They get on you.
We're trying, people.
I love them, but boy.
We are trying. So we thank you for watching it with us, hearing us on our podcast.
Yeah, because
we'll be back next week with a new one. And this is part 2 of The Loftons.
Yeah, and hit the subscribe button.
Yes, please, please, please. Subscribe. Tell us what you want to hear. If there's a topic you'd like for us to talk about that we may have not
Tell
mentioned.
us what you want to hear. We don't know if we're going to talk about it, but we're going to listen.
You see what I got to deal with? Thank you. Thank you. This is what I deal with on a daily basis.
Well, look, you're going to get it from me the honest way. You know, I ain't with all. You can tell us what you want to talk about, but we'll take it on consideration.
If you have any questions about, what we discussed, or you want to know something that maybe we didn't mention in this part 2 of our unconventional love, hit us up. Links below. Mm-hmm. Hit us in the comments on Anchor FM. Talk That Talk with the Loftons. This is Benjamin, my husband. I call him husband. That's what I call him sometimes. It's husband. I'm Tiff, and welcome to our life. This is the life of the Loftons. So, anything else left over?
2 fingers in there.
Peace.